10:30 here in the city of Seattle. Traffic looks good on I-5, however, a 3-car fender bender might cause a backup on I-80 as drivers pass through. It's a cool 40 degrees outside with winds up to 25 miles per hour.
Help! I can't, please! Anyone! Please, please! I can't hear! Oh, thank God, please. Will you tell me what's going on? Why is it so dark? I can't see. I can't see.
A new update on the tragic downfall of artist Marc Hunter. After a car crash 3 weeks ago, this young prodigy lost complete vision due to his injuries. He now has been transferred to the Seattle Treatment Facility for rehabilitating cases, where he will be trained to function normally despite his blindness. It's unclear as of now if the artist will ever be able to continue in his profession. Now, let's turn it over to Dan for his early morning forecast.
Good, you're here. I was getting worried. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. They gave you a visitor's badge, correct? Amy, okay. You're supposed to wear that on the front of your shirt.
From what I hear, it won't really matter to my patient.
The patient's name is Marc. And the first thing we teach here is that everyone is treated the same no matter what.
Funny, seeing as this is a treatment center.
Amy, Marc is a very special man, and it's our duty to help him.
Yeah, I heard how special he is, rich artiste and all that.
All right, that's enough. You're here as a courtesy. I'm sure there are plenty of other community service projects that would be better suited for a common city thief such as yourself.
Listen, lady, you want to move me somewhere else, that's fine. It doesn't bother me any. And by the way, none of my thieving was common.
Oh, you think you're something special, don't you? Well, let's just see how special you are. After a call...
Where's Judy? I don't think that'll be necessary.
Marc, I'm sure I can find you someone who would be better suited for you.
Don't worry, I think we're perfectly suited.
What makes you say that?
Well, from what I overheard in the hall, you want to be here as much as I want to.
Are you sure I can...
Yes, I'm sure.
All right, well, I guess I should leave the two of you to get acquainted. Refreshments are on the coffee table. Marc?
Thanks, Nurse Judy.
Thanks. Won't you have a seat? What's your name? I didn't catch it before.
Amy.
Amy. Well, I'm Marc. Nice to meet you. What are you in for?
Theft.
What'd you steal?
Long story.
How long is long?
Long enough.
Well, I think I've got enough time for it, don't you? I felt that.
Sorry.
What? Just checking?
Maybe.
Well, I can assure you I'm 100% blind. A perfect 0-0. I felt that too.
I didn't do anything.
No, the eye roll vibes were coming very strongly from that corner. Sorry, bad joke.
What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Hunter?
Marc, please. And I'm not exactly sure. What do you want from me, Amy?
50 community service hours.
Wow, you stole from the wrong person. Well, at least you're sure
Of what?
of what you want. Maybe I'll know the next time you come. I keep having this dream. It's always the same one. I can see again. My hands are on the steering wheel. Cars are passing me by. The water on the pavement, shiny, glittery, and unimportant. I'm driving. I start to veer off. I'm losing control, and suddenly the car is upside down. The seatbelt is digging into my shoulder. I feel the center of gravity change as it rolls and rolls. The pavement's getting closer and closer. And I realize I'm going to die. And I don't want to die. I don't want to see my life flash before my eyes. So I open them. And nothing.
Visitor's badge. Fifth time you're here. You'd think you'd learn what your visitor's badge goes by now. Anyway, Marc's going to be a few minutes late. This last session ran a little long.
What did they talk about in there anyways?
What do you mean?
Well, if it's a session, that means therapy. So what did they talk about? So, Marc, how are you doing today? Well, doctor, I'm about as blind as I was yesterday, so just as crappy. Thanks for asking, though. What's the point?
Do you mean to be insensitive?
It's a reasonable question.
He has to cope somehow, Miss Thompson. Sometimes it helps to talk to someone who can sympathize.
Sympathize, but not empathize.
He has group meetings for empathy.
Groups of blind people?
Well, yes, if you want to be so crude about it.
Do they have groups for deaf people, too?
Yes, of course.
What about for the blind and deaf ones, like Helen Keller?
Miss Thompson! Why must you be so rude and inconsiderate all the time?
Amy? I hope you haven't been waiting too long.
Saved by the bell.
Aha.
Marc, you're improving. I'm impressed.
Thanks. But I feel a bit like a dog.
What? Why? Did I offend you?
No. There's a reason I'm able to guide myself so well.
No, and why is that?
Amy hogs all the cookies.
Do not!
From the sound of your voice, I don't think any further evidence is necessary.
But I don't put them in the same place every time, though, do I?
No, but I can smell them. Hence the dog.
Good! You're learning to use your other senses!
Yeah, I caught on pretty quickly after Amy hid them on the mantle.
Hey, I thought this was Vegas.
Wait, what?
What happens here stays here. It's part of the Vegas agreement.
Agreement.
Yes. And, Amy, if you haven't noticed, technically we are still here. So I didn't break any rules. Nurse Judy, I almost hit you, didn't I?
Yes, but it's okay.
Hey, I think we need to revise the rules of our Vegas agreement.
Well, I will leave you to it.
So, what were we talking about last time? You know, you're pretty comfortable with silence.
Once you're by yourself for a while, you get used to it.
Aha! Now I know what we were talking about. I was asking you questions, and you were giving me one-worded answers.
Hey.
Case in point. Amy, silence is the one thing I hate right now. Sound is basically my only means of communicating.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No. I mean, you still got smell, like you said, and don't forget touch. You could write, but granted, I'd have to respond somehow. But still, you've got a couple of fallbacks.
Well, since I don't think I'm going to sniff you and wait for you to sniff me back, let's stick with talking, shall we? Amy, you're killing the blind man. At this point, I might as well be deaf because I'm just talking to myself.
All right.
Thank you. How did you get...
This time I get to ask the questions.
Fine. Ask away. Amy!
I was thinking, geez. Okay. Do you have any family?
Yeah. My parents, I have 2 brothers, and my dog, Ribbit.
Rip it?
It reflects his favorite pastime.
Well, where is he then? Can he be like a guide dog or something?
Dogs aren't allowed until both owner and dog are properly trained.
Seems wrong.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, well, where'd you grow up?
in the suburbs of Seattle.
Does your family still live here?
Yeah, my parents still live in our old house, and my brothers both work in law firms in the city.
Where are they? Don't they visit? Sorry, bad question.
No, it was a good one. One I've been asking myself quite frequently lately. I mean, ever since I was 5, when I began my art career, they've supported me in all of my endeavors. They've pushed me to work harder and helped make my name as big as it is now, or was. They were here after the accident, but ever since they found out I wouldn't be able to continue my career, they've been distant.
Friends?
Same deal.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Do you miss it?
What? My art?
Yeah.
God, yes. More than my sight. But I guess they go hand in hand, I suppose.
Sorry.
Again, it's not your fault.
It is for bringing it up. Hey, you can ask me a hard question if you want.
Okay. What did you steal?
Anything but that.
But it was a simple... Fine. A different question. Is it difficult being here with me?
What do you mean?
You know?
Oh, you're blind. I totally forgot.
Nice try.
Marc, you're really not that different. I mean, I know it doesn't feel that way, but trust me, I've met people who are harder to be with. It's actually kind of calming to know I can come and mess with you 3 days a week.
Calming, though? Well, I guess we're going to have to make our visits a little bit more interesting, aren't we?
Maybe. Come on, why don't we work on your reflexes some more?
Why don't you let your guard down?
Trust.
Trust? But I trust you. It's you who doesn't trust me.
You'll thank me later.
For what?
Being cautious.
All right. Reflexes?
Alright. Okay, this time just hit my hand, like a high five.
Like a high five.
Yeah, go for it. Okay, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Ow!
What? You missed. Don't even bother, Amy. I can smell them.
Fine.
Lemon.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured it out.
What?
What I want.
Oh, and what have you decided?
Okay. Now keep an open mind.
Oh, God. Marc? Oh, my God, Marc. Do you want me to steal something?
No. No. You'd be way too comfortable with that.
You'd be surprised. All right, spit it out.
Okay. I want to draw you.
Draw me.
Yeah. Like a portrait.
And how do you propose doing that?
By touch. You even said it's one of my backups. Look, we know each other now, and I'm comfortable with you. And I think you're comfortable with me too. Amy, I need this chance.
Chance?
I need to try and draw again. It's like there's something missing from my heart, and I can't take it anymore. Losing my sight was enough. I was barely aware of that. But I was extremely aware of losing my art. And I can't accept it. I need to at least try.
Well, why can't you try to draw something else, like a tree or something?
I have, but the problem is I'm not connected with the subject. I have to go by memory and not by something I can feel and understand.
Well, I'll take you to a tree and you can feel and understand that.
Amy, as an artist, I specialize in portraits. It was my way of telling that person's story. It's gotta be you, Amy. Nurse Judy's too busy and I don't have anybody else.
What if I say no?
I guess we just forget I ever asked. It's Vegas, right?
It's not that easy. I mean, we're still here, so it'll always be here, won't it? Hovering.
Well, since I won't be able to see it, I guess you'll have to let me know.
Marc.
Bad joke. I don't even know what you look like. Do you know how frustrating that is? It's been over a month. I mean, I know you're not ugly. Nurse Judy's told me so.
Nurse Judy.
Look, whatever problem you may have with her, Nurse Judy is always honest. So what is it? Look, I know there's a chance that it will suck and you'll look awful, but there's also a chance it could look good and I could show you what I see. Or hear, I guess.
I don't know.
That's it, isn't it? You don't want to see yourself, do you? Why won't you let me try, Amy? Don't you know that you're beautiful? Let me show you.
You can't. Because I'm not, okay? I'm not beautiful. Enough people have seen that and told me so. I've even seen that. That's why I agreed to this visitation. It's easy to be with someone when they don't really know you.
That's why you're always on the defense with Nurse Judy, isn't it? Are you like that with everyone? God, it must be tiring. Let me help you.
What? What can you do, Marc? A blind man tells me I'm beautiful. Great! What the hell does that prove? You can't see. Don't you get it? Other people can.
See what? I don't know what you mean.
You just, you get used to it, you know? I lost my parents when I was really young, and I was pushed straight into foster care. I mean, foster care doesn't give a crap what happens to you as long as the paperwork checks out. The parents never kept me. I changed homes after a few months, sometimes after just a couple of weeks, and I know why. I'm not good, okay, Marc? They wanted some perfect little kid that they could fit into the mold. And the one day when I refused the mold, one of my foster fathers. Parents are supposed to protect you. And it hurts when they don't. It makes you feel empty and ashamed, like I was different, and by being different, I was also unwanted. You know, I've accepted that about myself. I am unwanted.
Amy, no.
Forget it.
Great idea, Marc.
Thank you for coming.
What's wrong with him?
He's been working all night. He only fell asleep about 20 minutes ago. He's just frustrated and needs someone who can understand.
And I can?
He needs a friend, Amy, not a doctor or a nurse. You're it.
What if I don't want to be it?
Why? Because someone's counting on you? Or because you're counting on him?
Maybe both.
Well, it's time to face it because it's already happened. And where's your visitor's badge? Oh, God.
Excuse me.
That man there is extremely important to me. Maybe it's because he makes me think of the little brother that I always wished for, or maybe it's my maternal instincts kicking in.
You're a mom.
2 girls, both in junior high. Anyway, he's important to me because he has a beautiful heart, and he's been left to tend it himself. It's time that he found someone who will help, who can.
You think that's me?
Not at first, I didn't. But I understand now. I know that if I were to give you the rest of your hours now, you'd still come back, wouldn't you?
Maybe.
You would. Now go tend. You're not just a visitor anymore.
Marc.
Amy! Here. I'm sorry, I can't. I tried.
It's fine. I get it.
Amy. Were you there?
What?
That night. Were you there? After the accident, when I first realized what had happened, there was someone there by the car. After I woke up, they couldn't tell me. I wanted to tell them thank you. I wanted to let them know. Was it you?
Marc.
Amy.
It's time to tell you what I stole.
Okay.
Well, it was late at night. I was on my way back from the grocery store. Traffic had been pretty bad all day, so I decided to just walk. As I was walking, I heard a car crash. And I ran towards the sound, and there was this car slammed into a tree.
There was a cat in the road. Stupid.
Well, I didn't know if anyone was alive. I wasn't sure what had happened, but I didn't hear the ambulance yet. So I looked inside, and it was you. Your eyes were open, but they were...
Blind?
Yeah. I didn't know how to calm you down, so I just...
It was you.
Yes. Well, they took you to the hospital. I mean, I couldn't tell the cops anything. And, you know, I wanted to see you, but it was family visitors only, and, you know, people like me aren't looked at very highly. But, I mean, I still wanted to make sure you were okay. I couldn't get your eyes out of my head. So as I was going out the lobby, there was this intern going out on a smoke break, and I kind of pickpocketed his passkey.
Kind of? So you're not a common city thief?
No.
You were caught.
Hence the 50 hours community service.
But how did they let you in? I mean, didn't they know who you were?
Well, I'm pretty fast on my feet. Just made something up. I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
That's why you never wanted to tell me about yourself. But I don't get it. Why did you say people like you?
Well, because I'm different, and you still can't see that.
Do you want me to?
Now, with everything out in the open, yeah.
So I can draw you? Amy!
Sorry. I still like to mess with you. And, yeah, here's your chance.
Really?
Yeah. But first, have a cookie.
It's finished.
How'd you know it was me?
Please.
Can I see it?
Nope.
Why not? You've gotten pretty comfortable with that since you started the portrait. Marc! Marc! Come on, why can't I see it?
Just giving you a taste of your own medicine.
Fine.
I felt that. No, the eye roll vibes were coming very strongly from
Just
over
let me see
there.
it.
Okay. Here goes.
It's upside down.
No, it's not.
How would you know?
I think I know.
I look pretty.
It's how I see you. I just wish I could see my own work.
It's wonderful. Believe me. Looks like you still have a career after all. Now roll it up.
Why? Amy?
Are you guys ready? He's already eaten all of my cookies.
Oh, I almost forgot. I have a present for you too.
Come on, Marc. It's out in the lobby. It's about time.
Ribbit? How did you get him in here? He's not allowed.
Stole the passkey. With Judy's help, of course.
I didn't know such thing. Go play with your dog, Marc.
Coming?
In a minute.
So, how do you feel?
Beautiful.
That's how love's supposed to feel.
I think you're right.
Good job.
With what?
Tending.